Hello and welcome back to Bold Englishman's channel, mainly of Doom at this point. As I said at the end of the Doom 2 video, I wanted to run through this little mod, well this and another one, that allow you to explore the content of two alpha versions of Doom, but with the convenience of a modern source port. So this is the Doom 0.4 alpha. We're going to go through the levels included. Ultra violence, but I don't think it actually makes a difference. So this illustrates how, where I mentioned in my original Doom Let's Play that the player originally started out in what eventually became the spawning vat level. So sound effects weren't included in the alpha versions of Doom, so they're just custom material by the person who put this together, Deathzor. Likewise, the monsters had no AI, so that's also obviously taken over from the final games. This is a bit of a challenging level actually, because there's not much in the way of ammo and plenty of monsters. Come on. I'm gonna leave the pinky for now. Go in here. Alright, got to crouch to get in, because it's pretty small. A shotgun. You can't see the health and armour displays with this alternative HUD, but never mind. Once again, being a bit conservative with ammo. That's this mod's version of a stim pack, I believe. Again, I have to crouch to get up here. Trying to be as accurate as I can be. There we go. So the main reason for playing this is simply just so I can show you the differences between this beta version and the final versions in the game. You can see the levels a lot more Wolfenstein 3D like at this stage, as in it, like, you know, it's all the same height difference. A lot of these hallways are very like 90-degree walls, conventional architecture basically, as opposed to the more abstract final level design. I'm going to melee all of the pinky demons, and on this level at least. Most of the levels aren't even really populated by monsters. So, as you see here, there's still the secret area. One of these alpha versions of Doom, actually, that's the rocket launcher, I think. Yeah. Those don't do anything. What was I saying? Brains just died. Yes, in the alpha versions of Doom, the demon has like a beta death animation where it just simply explodes. You don't get to see that here, but go over to the Doom wiki if you want to see a little GIF demonstrating that. Right, come on. Another rocket launcher. There's no secret here yet. Another rocket launcher. Right. Okay. These demons are pretty helpless. This area is just like steps everywhere, as opposed to the wide open spaces. These two demons are still here. Don't really know really what to talk about, because the differences, especially if you've been watching the other videos or just know the game anyway, should be fairly obvious to you. So, but then my Let's Plays seem to be stating the obvious most of the time, so this doesn't do anything, no. This way. Oh, got to crouch again. I'm not even sure what that item does, even though you can see that it looks a bit like the cell for the plasma rifle and BFG. The thing behind it, though, if you look at the health icon, is the medikit in this mod. Oh, damn you. So this is where you start off in the final version of the level. You can see it looks very different. Come on. These demons can't go up the steps, so if you do decide to play this for some sort of a challenge, then you're pretty safe if you stand here. This might take a while to kill all the demons in this way, but I'll certainly need the rockets later on. Because this isn't actually supposed to be played properly, obviously it isn't actually balanced, so this is why I'm deciding to just melee these demons now, rather than waste any ammo on them, because I don't know how much I'm going to be needing later on. Besides, they're not particularly dangerous enemies. They seem to like waddle along in this version with the original graphics. Any more? There's one stuck in the box. Okay. So this area is a lot more barren and wide open. The other demons are right the other side of the room. He's not going to come over and get me. Another rocket launcher. Good. That skull treasure item in the background was originally part of Doom's scoring system, which I'd inherited from Wolfenstein 3D. Needless to say, the treasure items were obviously removed later on, because the whole point, like, system of scoring and of separate lives was deemed not really to fit well with Doom's more serious theme, the horror theme. I've got to crouch down here. This secret isn't here either. Not that there are any, like, real secrets in these levels, but you know what I mean. So that's that level. Now, as far as I know, no, there's no actual exit switch, so I'm just going to use the zdoom command to change map, but retain my inventory. So, containment area now. Is there anything? No. Oh, of course, there's only 2 enemies here. Right, so we'll go this way first. Just going to try and show you as much of the level as I can. Like all the little... You can see the overall layout of containment area hasn't really changed all that much. Obviously there was the shotgun secret there, which is in there at the moment. And here. There are some items scattered about. Although I might be thinking of the 0.5 version. I probably am. Yeah, I think I am. There was an earlier version of Doom that was leaked, the 0.2 version, but that is one tiny little level, so there's not really anything to show there. This is where we have our 2 enemies. Right, bit of life, a couple more rockets. That keeps going. That's why I didn't wait for it to come up to my level. And other than that, go this way. Into here. There's no switches here that do anything, so now, even though we will eventually come to this point, you can't actually get through it, so you can't even go further down here either. This is where the red key is normally. I suppose it's where the exit is possibly supposed to be. All speculation, you know. And this area is very unfinished. You can download these alpha versions of Doom and run them in DOSBox and play them that way. But these files that I'm playing with have been specifically tinkered with sufficiently so that you can run them possibly even in the vanilla engine itself. But I just like using source ports because they're so much more convenient personally. Okay, so that's that level. This is Refinery, possibly? Yeah, it is. You could see how a lot of the episode 2 levels started by Tom Hall. The whole reason why the kind of Shores of Hell theme developed is because he started these levels looking like this, very Wolfenstein 3D-esque, pretty bland, pretty boring, and it was Sandy Peterson who was hired to then take all of the levels that he had started and make them fun. So you kind of get that not only clash of themes of the earlier tech base meets the demonic style, but also the clash of level design. Not really anything to show in this level. Again, just trying to get into every little area that there is. It looks a bit like the inside of the Nostromo from Alien, only because of all these panels that are everywhere. You know, the single wall texture. Yeah, I went in here already, didn't I? Yeah. Where the backpack is. Supposedly, Tom Hall actually studied real military installations and facilities when designing these levels. But what is realistic isn't necessarily what is fun. I mean, you know, that applies. Doom fans can certainly relate to that. Especially over more modern games. Showing every little nook and cranny there. Now we'll go forth. Convenient little walkways through the sludge that were then later removed. And that's that level. And this is Computer Station. So a level that John Romero designed, and instantly you can see the difference. Huge open rooms, much more interesting layout, and being able to visibly see other areas of the map rather than just being lots of corridors. Again, you can see how the basic layout of this map as well hasn't really changed that much. Just the addition of new areas like here. This is very different. Go this way first. Still got the little tunnel there. New little area here. I guess this is kind of where the red key would be in the final map. Oop. Oh, you can actually go out there. This brings us up to where the chainsaw is in the final map. Little area up there that you can't get to. That's that level. Central processing with one enemy. So this level has changed quite significantly. Fireballs seem slower. I might just be imagining that. Red key area. This is sort of, well, on the map at least, where the blue key would have been, but obviously completely different. This bit should be familiar to you. Going into here. It's not the blue key, it's the yellow key, sorry. So the layout of this area is pretty much the same. So this is where the computer area map is, with the armor bonuses conveniently pointing at it. Here's another little bit here. Just doesn't go anywhere. And then there's another little kind of maze around here, which is just, well, there's not really much to say about it. Random, jagged. One of the things I typically do with mazes is like choose a direction to go in and then just kind of hug the wall and keep following it. Doesn't always work, of course, but it's a good starting place to work your way through a maze. I think that leads you back out, yeah. So there's one more little area in there, but you get the idea. Does it hurt? No. So this is where the level usually ends, in there. Okay, and then this point I'm going to explore the little middle central area. And interestingly, I don't know whether this was added later on, but I imagine it was probably in the original file as well. This area is currently lit. When you go in and explore, where the blue key would have been, the actual blue key area, not what I said before. When you go back out again, it's dark. And that's that.